Southerners call... I never knew those were the same. I didn't know those were the same two things. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. Today I wanted to jump into slang from the South. I am from the South. I am from Virginia. I'm not from Northern Virginia, but I am from Southwestern Virginia. I border West Virginia. I'm near Tennessee and Kentucky and all that stuff. But I wanted to look at Southern slang. I've been asked about Southern slang and Southern stuff in general, so I thought I would talk about some of that. I found an article on insider.com which just goes through, I think, 25 expressions from the South, or that you'll hear in the South, and so I just wanted to take a look at those. Here we go. 25 words or phrases you'll only hear in the South, according to insider.com. Leave a comments down below if you've heard these before and you're not from the South, or if you are. Either way. A Southerner will say, "Hold your horses" if things are going too fast. Absolutely. I didn't think that was overly a Southern thing. I guess, I mean, maybe the whole cowboy type of thing. I don't really know, but I feel like I've heard that even in some like movies and stuff. So I don't know how Southern that is. Maybe it originated from the South, but I feel like that's maybe more so not just the South. Maybe, I don't know. "Till the cows come home" is another way to say forever in the South. That is very true. "Till the cows come home" is a very common thing. Southerners address a group with y'all. Now, I think y'all is called on a lot of places. I'm not saying that everywhere does it, but I think this has kind of transcended the boundaries of the South. I think there's probably people from just about everywhere that say y'all, and it's not because even of the conscious effort of being like, let's use Southern slang. I just think that within any kind of vernacular, wanting to speak faster and get your point across, you shorten words, and just you all, just over the course, if you're speaking really fast, oh yeah, and then you all, and it just slowly starts dwindling down from there. So I don't necessarily know, like, I think it probably did originate in the South, but I think this has kind of transcended that. And I think just over the course of, as we speak and we try to speak faster, I think that just became kind of a normal thing, maybe everywhere. "It doesn't amount to a hill of beans" means that something isn't worth much. Yeah, this is super common. I've heard this a lot in my life. It doesn't amount to a hill of beans. Yeah, something isn't worth much. There's not much stock in it, much stake in it. "Bless your heart" shows... What? Is "bless your heart" a Southern phrase? I feel like that's just a comment. I don't know. Maybe that's just me growing up in the South. I just always assumed that was a normal thing. But, you know, bless your heart. You're going through something. Oh my gosh, I was in a car accident, man. And, you know, I broke my leg. Oh my gosh, bless your heart. I thought it was a common thing. Apparently not. Southerners are never just ready to do something. They're fixin' to do something. All right, this is targeting my hometown. Yeah, fixin' to do something. I could see this being South. Yeah. I don't use this per se, but I do know that there's a lot of people who will say that they're, you know, like, oh, I'm fixing to make dinner, or what are you doing? Oh, I'm fixing to go to the store. It's very, very, very common. I wouldn't say that it overruns the idea of, oh, I'm gonna go do this or I'm gonna go do that, but fixin' is very, very, very common. I hear it pretty regularly. If something's far away from you, it's "over yonder." Yeah, "over yonder." "Over yonder" I heard a lot as a kid growing up from my parents saying like, "go in yonder" or something like that. And it was kind of just an expression of get out of the living room, or, you know, go to your room or something like that. But yeah, I don't hear it overly often, but it's definitely something that I've heard throughout my lifetime. "Pretty as a peach." Yeah, this is, well, I've heard this before, but I don't hear this very, very often. I couldn't even tell you the last time I heard somebody say something was pretty as a peach, but I've heard it before. Yeah, the little thing here on the bottom says it's as good as a compliment. It's as good as a compliment gets. I don't know if I'd go that far. Maybe in different parts of the South. Where I'm from, not so much. I have heard it, but it's not something overly regular. A mild exclamation of surprise used in the South is "heavens to Betsy." I feel like this has kind of died off. When I was a kid, I feel like I heard somebody say heavens to Betsy like every single day. I feel like it was so common. I don't hear it so much now. Maybe it's just because I'm not like around, you know, my parents all the time or something like that. But yeah, "heavens to Betsy" is very, very common. If someone is very mad, they're madder than a wet hen. I've heard madder than a hornet, more so than madder than a wet hen. Maybe the older generation, like maybe like instead of like my parents' generation, like grandparents' generations would have said that a little bit more. "Cattywampus." Yes. Cattywampus means something's askew. So I've heard this a ton. I don't know if it's just the area that I'm in, but cattywampus is an absolute southern delicacy of slang. Like, for example, if the wind is blowing and it knocks some of your decorations over outside of your house, you would say that the wind knocked them cattywampus or something like that. I don't use the word cattywampus that much, but now that I'm saying it, I forgot it's really pleasing to say. I think I'm gonna start introducing this into my general terminology and speech patterns because yeah, cattywampus is something, this is very, very common where I'm at, but yeah, cattywampus, man. Oh man, you know, if I knocked my camera over, oh man, I knocked a cattywampus, yeah. Oh my God, dude. Man, that's bringing back some blasts from the past. She's as happy as a dead pig in the sunshine is positive. I don't know if I've ever heard that. I've heard as she's, or he or she is as happy as a pig in mud. I've heard that a lot, but I don't think that I've ever heard a dead pig in the sunshine. Again, it might be more so of a regional southern dialect thing. That's not something I'm overly familiar with. I'm finer than a frog hair split 4 ways. I've heard this. I don't think I've ever used this phrase. I know that I haven't within the last 25 years, if I have, but I'm finer than, or finer than frog hair split 4 ways. But yeah, it's, I've definitely heard it throughout my life. Southerners call crawfish crawdads. I never knew those were I didn't know those were the same two things. I know what crawfish are, and I've always heard crawdads, but I didn't know that we were referring to crawfish as crawdads. Wow. Yeah, I know people that will go like crawdad hunting and stuff like, or not hunting, but you know, trying to catch crawdads and stuff. I didn't, oh my God. I never knew that those were referring to the same two things. My mind is blown. You have a hankering. You have a hankering when you're really in the mood for something. Again, very, very common where I'm from, if you have a hankering. So I don't use this unless I'm being silly. I will say that, like sometimes I may say something stupid to my wife and she'll be like, what do you want? And I'll be like, well, I'm having a hankering for hot dogs or something. You know, something random like that. Yeah, hankering, it's very, very common. It says when you're in the mood for something, but this is, where I'm from, I've usually only heard this ever referred to in terms of like food or drink. I'm hankering for a Coke, or I'm hankering for, like I said, a hot dog or a hamburger or something like that. But yeah, hankering, man, it's, yeah. For me, I would say if you were hungry and you were trying to say that you wanted something or you were really craving something, you're not craving it, you have a hankering for it. Hankering. Take your own sweet time means you're taking too long. Do other people not? I don't say take your own, but like if we're somewhere and we're waiting on somebody, I'm like, oh, they're taking their sweet time, aren't they? But I guess it is. I guess you never think about it because you just say it, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I guess I use this one because I've said it before and I'm sure I'll say it again. I never realized it was like a slang thing, but we like to put sweet in everything, such as sugar and tea, sweet tea. Get out of here with the non-sweetened tea. Please don't kill me for saying that. What in the Sam Hill? Yeah, dude. I don't say this, but I hear this all the freaking time. I hear Sam Hill so much. It's something that growing up and even into my 30s, I have heard, you know, especially if you're working at retail or something, you may hear somebody like picking up something and they're like, what in the Sam Hill is this? And let's say a bill comes in and it's super high. What in the Sam Hill is this? So I have to start introducing that too. Cattywampus and what in the Sam Hill. Those are my two. Well, I'll be. Is that a Southern thing? Do people not just say, oh man, I'll be? Is that a Southern thing? I guess it is. Okay, well, my mind is blown. I guess maybe a more polite version of what in the Sam Hill, because yeah, it's just like somebody tells you something and it's like, oh man, old Timmy graduated from high school today. Well, I'll be. And that's it. There's nothing else. It's just, well, I'll be. Thingamajigger is used for something you've forgotten the name for. Yeah, thingamajigger can be used for everything. Lord, I've probably said it recently. You know, the thingamajigger, thingamabob, thingamajigger. Yeah, for anything you don't know the word for. So like, let's say there's a TV remote, right? And you're like, what is this? The thingamajigger, thingamabob. Yeah, that's very, very common. I would be interested to know what other parts of the world or parts of the United States call things that they don't know the name for. Let me know if you're from somewhere not in the South. Hush up is the Southern way of saying shut up. Yeah, well, I mean, I've heard people say hush up, yeah. I always thought it was just a more polite way, but I didn't realize it was a Southern thing. So I guess like everywhere else in the United States, instead of just being like, oh, hush, they're just like, shut your mouth. Everywhere else is more direct. Goodness gracious is a classic Southern explanation, though it has caught on across the country. Okay, so this article is specifically calling out if it's caught on across the country. So I guess the other ones, I'm just an idiot. Yeah, goodness gracious. It's weird to think that that's a Southern thing or anything, because like, what do you say if somebody like tells you something, like if somebody was like, Jim, he's gonna have kidney replacement surgery. Oh, goodness gracious. Like, I mean, I guess you could be like, oh crap, that sucks. But like, you know, goodness gracious, man. Goodness gracious. I've probably said it in a video before. I don't know. And that is it. That was Business Insider, or Insider.com. Said that are phrases you'll only hear in the South. Let me know what you think down below. Have you heard any of these? Are you going to start using any of these? Or do you, I don't know, think the South is a weird place? I would be interested to know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. But yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know down below, and I will see you all in the next video.